Not dinner. Just some snacks. Onlyo Snackolios. Yeah, I've been to the UK before. I mean, yeah, food is different. That's for sure. Put you down real quick. ¿Dónde está? Spinach artichoke dip and some corn tortillas. Corn tortillas. He said the packaging even looks better. Let me see. I don't really know. I don't know what parts of the UK I was at. I was definitely in London. I don't know, dude. We traveled all of Europe, like all of Europe. When I graduated from high school, my school, with all the bake sales, whatever activities they would do in the school to earn money to do events and stuff for our class. I grew up in Puerto Rico. If you don't know where Puerto Rico is, it's a small little island off the coast of like Cuba, Dominican Republic area, down in the down off the side there. Come down America, go down the side, all the way down to Florida, and then just kind of like jump across the little islands all the way down. Yeah, so I grew up in Puerto Rico most of my life. But my high school graduation trip, with all the money that we had saved up and everything from uh, reconnecting, I'm reconnecting, I'm reconnected. So we used to do all these things and basically gather money to be able to do fun stuff. And we had so much money. I mean, go figure. I was in this school since the second grade. So all the way through high school, doing events, stuff like that. When we graduated, we were able to buy the tickets. Now, remember, I went to school in Puerto Rico. My class was very small. I want to say about 40 students total. The whole graduation class of 2003 from that school was a whopping. What the hell is going on with the internet? We're all able to purchase a tour package to go all over Europe, everywhere in Europe, and it basically covered the tour bus, the plane tickets, the hostel, hotel, whatever, wherever we were staying at the time, for all of these people, including teachers and parents. Um, so yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was wild. Um, we went to Amsterdam, Italy, Rome. Some of us, the trip itself was a week and a half. Some of us stayed a little extra time with our parents and went to other places while we were out there. Um, but me personally, with my family, the way my dad and the way I grew up with him, he traveled a lot, not for business, just for pleasure. And I've been all over the world. I want to say I've visited close to about like 83% of the planet. Um, a lot of the third world countries I've stayed away from. So did my dad. Been to Japan, been to Egypt. Uh, I want to say at least 95% of all of Europe. Um, France, Italy, Tower of Pizza, saw all that crazy stuff. This was 2003. No, we didn't see the Tower of Pizza. We didn't see we saw the Eiffel Tower. We saw the Eiffel Tower. Um, I remember my dad telling me, "It's the first and only time I will let you smoke pot and not be upset about it and kick your ass over it." And me and my cousin, we both died laughing as I grab a little marijuana. I make it look like it's medical. It's in a pill bottle. No, works for me. But I didn't expect it to be the way it was. I didn't think I was just gonna walk into a coffee shop and buy marijuana right over the counter. You know what I mean? Like, hey, let me get 2 grams of blueberry Kush and let me get a half gram of. I was like, that's what I expected. That's how I was. That's what I think in my head. Oh, marijuana's legal here, so you just walk into the convenience store and say, hey, let me get half a pound of this, quarter pound of that, an ounce of this, an ounce of that, and I'll be on my way. But we ended up going to like a coffee shop, and they had edibles. My cousin and I sat there. We ordered some. You want to go to France? Don't you live in the UK already? Isn't it like a train stop away? Do you guys have to have visas or passports or whatever? I don't know what you guys need in the UK to. You might have a different name for it, but do you guys need any crazy paperwork to be able to go from like UK to France or from France to Italy, stuff like that? You know what I mean? Like, are you guys allowed to just passports? Yeah, really? It's crazy. I mean, I guess they are different countries. See what you did? You gave me the hiccups. They are different countries, so I guess that makes sense. Um, You know, if I leave continental USA, unless I'm going to like Alaska, just because it's not continental USA. The Queen doesn't need a passport. Um, I think she's so old that she can't travel anymore. Like it's actually became like dangerous for other passengers. Did I make you upset talking about your queen? I didn't mean to. No offense. Why'd you leave me? Yeah, I don't think she travels anymore. I mean, seriously, you get to a certain age, they won't let you on a plane. But she is the queen, so I wouldn't be surprised if she had like 5 or 6 private jets lined up to just go whatever side of the planet she wants to. Cheers. Mm. You guys use Cheers as a come on, dude. You're killing me over here. She is the protector of the swans. She protects the swans. So the castle has swans. That was one thing that I found very, very fascinating. When you... No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean by she's protector of the swans. I've heard about the whole... Yeah. But what I found very fascinating about... Yeah, no, dude, they are. Quit playing around. You say that joking around. I've seen some videos on YouTube, some swan attacks, and let me tell you, man, I'd rather be chased by a pit bull or something like that than the damn swan. Because the pit bull, you just kick him in the face and he just like turns around and like, okay. I didn't think you were gonna do that. I was just barking at you because that's what dogs do. But the swan, man, you can kick it, you can pick it up and throw it, you can break its freaking neck, and lopsided like this, it'll still come and peck at you. Those things are vicious, bro. Vicious. I don't fuck with swans. Sorry. Part of my French. My English. But yeah, man. I'll give you an idea of like what Mawale was talking about earlier. Kids, kites. I'm sure it's probably kites, not kids, but Mawale. He was talking about some foods that they eat in Indonesia. I've never been to Indonesia. Never been to Thailand either. Definitely want to go to Thailand. I definitely want to go to Thailand. I've heard beautiful things about their beaches. I've heard beautiful things about a lot of Thailand. I actually used to be in good communication with a couple of Thai workers. They built body kits for a specific car that I used to own. And they're very popular cars in Thailand, the Hondas. It was a 2009 Honda Accord. I was doing a whole bunch of crazy fancy work to it, and I'm Googling online, just going through the internet, surfing around, looking for different body kits, and I swing upon this website, and I see these pictures, and I'm just like, damn, that looks nice. It was like literally the only body kit that was prefabricated body kit, not something that I would have to make from scratch myself. Prefabricated body kit, ready to go. You know what I mean? Mount to the car and paint, and it's done. You know what I mean? It was already good. Now the shitty part is Pardon my English one more time. The crappy part was that to buy this from Thailand, I was looking at roughly about like 1,200 to 1,500 American dollars. That's USD. So whatever the conversion ratio is right now, I'm not exactly sure. I remember that when I went to England, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. Are you saying ouch about the $1,200 for a full body kit? That's whole front bumper, side skirts, full rear bumper, all the way around. That's not bad at all. Most body kits cost a lot more than that. For the good ones, the crappy bullshit, they're cheap. You know, $600, $700, $800. You got to do a lot of modifications. But now you're about to say ouch. So would cost me about $1,200 to purchase the body kit from this guy. Let's say 15 just to put it at the max of the max. So 1,500 American dollars to buy this body kit from this guy in Thailand. Now, for him to ship it, it's got to go through customs. It takes about like 2.5 months. There was only one other guy in the whole entire United States, continental, non-continental. If you want to include Guam and Puerto Rico as part of the United States, you can include them too. But there was one guy, and everywhere. Oh, no. It's $1,500 to buy the body kit. It's a little bit over $6,000 to ship it from Thailand to United States, Florida. That's why I said you're about to say ouch. So yeah, I want to say it was like $5,860 to ship. Yeah. And takes a little over 2.5 months to get it to the United States, because they got to put it on a ship and they put it in a freight. No, I didn't buy it. Him and I started talking to each other. I told him I work at a body shop, this, and this. He's like, if you work at the body shop, you can do and make yourself. I was like, but I don't have the parameters and stuff like that. He's like, no problem. Give me your email address. So I sent him my email address. Now, this guy sends me the whole entire schematic from head to toe, the whole body kit. I went ahead and I made all of it by myself. Probably cost me about like $800 in materials, and I did all the labor myself. Not bad. Definitely beats $5,000 for freaking shipping and $1,500 for the kit. I showed him pictures after I was done. 3 years later, yeah, saved a lot of money. 3 years later, these guys blew up worldwide. The body kits became very, very popular. Everybody in the United States wanted them, but couldn't get them. So these guys get in contact with the freight company and figure some stuff out. And they grabbed about 6 cars that they had custom made with these body kits, plus other extensive body work, modification, stuff like that, and bring these 6 cars to the United States for a car show from Thailand. The guy says it cost them about $28,000 to ship all 6 cars. It took them 2.5 trailers. They charge you by a quarter trailer. So like the back of a semi-truck. I don't know what you guys call it, but the big, huge, get the hell out of my way driving down the road, guys, with the trailer on the back, a big, huge box, those things. I know you guys call them something different, but it's a semi-truck here in the United States, also called an 18. Yes, a lorry. Yes, I knew as soon as you'd post it, I'd be like, yep, I know, yep. Lorry. I see lorry right there. So yeah, a lorry. So they put these lorries, I guess the lorry is the whole entire truck, the part where you drive. So they take the back end. I'm the back end, the trailer part of the lorry, and they put them on the ship, and they've got like 7,000 of these things lined up, packed up on top of each other, and just like buried deep inside of this ship. And they bring the ship across. Now, like I said, it takes about like 2.5 months. These guys flew in to California. So here I am. I'm like, great. How am I going to do this? I live in Florida. California is a 4-day drive at about like 10 hours each day driving distance. It's ridiculous. Like, no, I'm not doing this. So these guys get here. They actually, where did they land in? I think they landed in like New York. I can't remember. It was either New York or Washington. One of the two corners. Get a hold of me since they were stateside. They call me on my personal phone number, which the guy that I gave my email address to and stuff had, because I had made several attempted calls to him at his shop with the number that was provided on the website in Taiwan, in Taiwanese, Taiwanese. So these guys decide that they are going to pay to trailer my car to California and fly me to California for me to participate in the event and see their cars, and they wanted to see my car in person because they'd seen pictures, but they hadn't seen in person. So I was super excited about that. It was probably my most fun car event that I had ever been to. I go to Cars and Coffee every Sunday. It's an event here in the United States. Not every Sunday, sorry. It's one Sunday out of the month. Several thousand cars all get together in the parking lot of a mall. It's a sponsored event, so the mall actually sponsors the event, and they rent the parking lot to these people. It costs $25 to get in if you're going to show your car at the event, and it only costs $5 to come in and spectate to the event. You still there, Elliot? I only see one person in the thingy thing, and I know I'm logged in. My hand looks like an ostrich. Oh, okay. So yeah. So they pay for me to fly to California. They pay for my car to get trailered, which is very expensive. I mean, it's a couple $1,000s, like $2,500, $3,000, somewhere in that range to get a car. And they've got to pay for it to get back. I don't want to drive my car. My car literally sits like, I don't know how I can, about that low to the ground. Yeah. Snapchat, yep. Yep, just turn up. Ah, where'd you get that from? See, this is just one event that they do every Sunday. We have personal car meets that we do in a regular parking lot at 9 o'clock at night every Friday at the same parking lot, same time, same place, same everything. It's called, you can look it up on Instagram. There's one program, one of the groups is called Stance Nation. So like the stance on a car, how low it slams down to the ground. STANCE Nation. They've got some crazy stuff going on. So there's Stance Nation, and then there's Unruly Society. Unruly, UNRU double LY? No. One LY. I don't know. Unruly Society. The non-ruling society. So Unruling Society. You can check them out. I've been to pretty much every single one of their meets. I get there normally around like 9:30. Most of the time on my bike. I take my motorcycle there. I drive my motorcycle every day. I barely ever use my car. It's a show car. I drive it every other Sunday. Sometimes we go to the beach. It stays in the garage, or in the garage, as you guys call it, because it's got a very expensive paint job on it. So I keep it in a garage. I only drive it once or twice a month. Sometimes the lady and the kid wants to go out. So I'm like, all right, let's go get the car out of the unit, drive her around it. But I'm all about my cars. Yeah. Everybody laughed at me when I bought a 4-cylinder. They're like, oh, why didn't you get the 6-cylinder Honda? It's like, nah, 4-cylinder's fine. Man, you're gonna miss out on the power. How old are you? 14. Come on. Tell me it ain't so. How old do you have to be to drive in UK? You're still a kid next to me, completely honest. I know in Puerto Rico, when I got my driver's license, you got your permit at 16. 3 months later, you could get your driver's license. Easiest shit ever. It made more sense to fly to Puerto Rico. So you can get your license at 17 and you're 18 and you don't have your driver's license. See, Americans, we're stupid. We're stupid as stupid gets. Oh, sorry, you're driving. See, you guys, when I was growing up, nobody gave a shit about driving. In Puerto Rico, you'd see a 14-year-old driving down the road, fly by a cop, and the cop would just sit there and do absolutely nothing about it. It was hilarious. So, I don't know. It was a different lifestyle. I mean, I wouldn't call it a third world country because it's not like we don't have paved roads and stuff like that. Like, I mean, we don't drive around on dirt roads and dune buggies. By the way, Sir Elliot, I am 33 years old. Yes, I am an old fart, but don't call me that because you're going to get there one day. And somebody's going to call you that. You're not going to like it. Is marijuana legal yet where you live? Or is the queen holding it all down for her and her swans? Brother, if you found the fountain of youth, you need to tell me where it is. If you found the fountain of youth, tell me where that damn thing is. Because I'm telling you, if I lose any more of my hair, I'm going to start crying one day. I'm just going to start crying. I don't know where. I'm just going to be walking down the street and I'm... Old lady's going to walk up to me and be like, son, what's wrong with you? What do you mean can't tell me the location? The location of what? You got me confused. I'm not sure what you mean. The location. Sounds like keyword. You're an asshole. This is over. You're lucky it won't let me quit the chat. I'll just cover up the camera. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that, but two motorcycles are definitely racing down that main road down yonder. And that's what it sounds like. Definitely Jap bikes. Japanese made. Japanese. Japanese. I used to have Japanese bike. I don't have the Japanese bike anymore. Now I drive Italian motorcycle. Much better. Very expensive. Yeah, you should definitely get your driver's license as soon as you can. Ah. I might as well check that message while I'm at it, huh? Go check your Lord's mobile. He's back again. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Oh, oh, oh. I know I'm being weird. It's all good. So yeah. So you playing on the same device that you're watching the YouTube channel on? It's all one single device. And we gamers. Plus the girlfriends. And mom. Mom always texts. Try to tell her not to. So I can never make a word out of what she's saying. Oh no. Nobody is on my channel anymore. Can you murder Raz's leader? You want me to say yes. Don't you got like a day left for the execution? You bought that package, didn't you? License to kill? Tell me if you didn't. Naughty, naughty boy. Um, Save it. Save your save your executions. Your license to kill. Because there's gonna be a day that you're gonna hit a bigger guild and you're gonna take some heavy duty guy's leader for him being stupid somewhere somehow. And you're gonna want to kill him on the spot because somebody bigger than him is gonna come to defend him to get the leader back, and they're gonna burn the hell out of you. So you want to be able to just right there and then release his leader, and you can just random around a little bit, and they won't know where you are when you random, so they won't be able to hit you. If you're holding his leader, no matter how many times you random, they can hit you. So I would say save your license to kill. I mean, I don't care if you kill the guy or not. Really, I could care less. Shave his head bald and cut it off. Heads will roll. Seriously, save your license to kill. I mean, I think you got like 5 of them with that package, so I would save them. They will come in handy later on, when we want to go take over a fort or something like that. You know, like there's aspects to this game that people don't even get yet, like taking over wonders, these bright fort and lunar fort, controlling them, being the boss of that fort. You need to go out and get 30 or 40 different leaders, however many you can hold in your prison, and just start killing them because you need that altar booster. Strange. Moth tried to fly in my mouth. But you need that altar booster. That altar booster is going to make a huge difference for when you go to take over a fort, or you go to take over the base, or anything like that. It's very important to have those altar boosters. Without them, you won't make it. You won't make it anywhere. So I keep on telling you guys, save your gems, because every time you go to level a castle, or not a castle, level a piece of your land, one infirmary, one single infirmary, you need something called a golden hammer. Now, it's going to ask you for several of them. I think they cost about 2,000 gems a piece. Kind of like your war tomes. So a similar aspect. Your war tomes, your crystal pickaxes, your cuffs. I think I hit 21.5 yesterday. I think I hit 21,500,000 yesterday when I was on my big account, on my main account. I had a 3 months lapse where I didn't play at all, and I started that account in January. That's the one that I've dumped the 3 grand into. But all of those items, you're gonna need them later on. You're gonna need crystal pickaxes. You're gonna need war tomes. You're gonna need steel cuffs. You're gonna need golden hammers. Every single land, every single time you go to build something from 24 to 25, you're gonna need golden hammers. So save up your gems for those items that you can only get with gems. I know I say it all the time. I spend gems very irresponsibly. My son's mother She has 3 accounts now. 3 accounts that she plays on. They're all in different kingdoms. I have 3 accounts all together in one kingdom, literally sitting side by side. So when I send resources, I just ding, done, ding, done. Like it's immediate. Um, I can very easily switch resources. It's a hyper farm. One of them is a hyper farm. So I keep my food production positive. I do have lots of troops in there. I want to say at the moment I have about 250, 260,000 T3, somewhere around there. And my food production is still over, I don't know, 75% over that easily of what they consume. So like I definitely have room to build more troops there. But I keep that food positive. People send me resources all the time in there, but we do have a normal bank, which a couple of the R4s have access to. Um, that's another thing. Queen and I were talking about making some changes to the ranking disposition. Um, we feel like a lot of you new players that just started the game, uh, this is the first account you've ever had, you've never played the game before, have a little bit too much control with certain things when it comes to being an R4. Like being able to message other guild members. That's an R4 only thing. Um, Anything R3, R2, R1 should not be messaging uh, on global chat, and they should not be messaging uh, on other guild boards, diplomacy boards, on other guilds' diplomacy boards. So we were thinking about having just like literally like about 4 people that are R4s. That's it. Just 4 people. We have a president, which is Celine, mini queen. We have a president, just like we do in here in the United States, like you do. You got the queen. So you got your queen, and then there's a breakdown. So like in the military here, you got generals, you've got commanders, you've got lieutenants, and then you've got your soldiers. There's a lot of different ranks in between all that, but those are like the primary. So like R1s being soldiers, R2s being the lieutenants, R3s being the commanders, and then R4s being the generals. Uh, Basically, those R4s they must have had an account before. You had to have had an account beforehand. You must have a very in-depth knowledge of the the way the game works and how things are done, and like the best way of working things, the most effective way of doing things to be an R4. Most guilds, they have might restrictions that go up on a regular basis. One of the guilds that my son's mother is in, she has a guild restriction where they just started. First off, for you to even be in that guild, you can't be a new coming member, meaning this can't be your first time downloading the game and starting off a new castle. Doesn't matter what it is. I don't care if you've already made it to level 25 in that castle, they won't let you in. You have to understand how the game works. Um, their purpose is to assist their main guild, where most of them already have a castle, and these people made secondary accounts and went to an area of long protection. There's 80 something days left on the protection for the guild that Angel is in. So she's in this account, and they constantly send her a message. They send a message to everybody. By the end of the week, you've got to be at 1 million might. And then, 2, 3 weeks later, they'll send out another message. By the end of the week, you got to be at 1.5 or 2 million, or however much they expect you to progress. So uh, uh, they don't expect you to spend money, but they do expect you to be attentive and know how things work so that you can make the maximum out of everything that you're doing. Lots of people don't change their gear before they go do the next activity. And they don't know that I've got to put the construction gear on my hero, on my leader hero, for me to actually be able to get those boosters while I do my construction. They don't know that. They have no idea that that's how that works. And that then they must change it to the research gear to be able to do the research and get the boosters on it. They don't understand that they've got to constantly be changing their gear every single time they go to do something different. You go to merge packs and train familiars, you got to put on that type of gear. You go to do research, you got to put on that type of gear. And until the timer doesn't start, none of it matters. So like if you go to gather on a tile and you put on all your research or your resource gathering gear, capacity gear, and travel speed, lots of people that do know about changing their gear don't know that it doesn't activate that booster until the timer starts. So when they send out gathering troops, they'll go and send them, and these troops got to travel 15, 20 minutes sometimes, depending on where they want to gather the resources on the tiles, depending on where the guild is and what tiles they want. So sometimes that they're traveling for 15, 20 minutes, and people will go and they'll change their gear to something different and not realize that now when those troops get there and they get to that tile and the timer starts on the tile to collect on that resource, that one, they're going to leave the tile with resources on it. So they're going to leave a non-completed tile. For a new tile to spawn in the map, a tile has to be completed. So when a tile 1 is completed, another tile 1 will spawn somewhere else. When a tile 2 is completed, another tile 2 will spawn somewhere else. Within a general vicinity, close proximity, but yeah, it won't spawn until that tile is completely finished. So when you see tiles that normally start off at like 3,000 or 300,000 units on that tile of gold per se, and you go to collect on it and your boosters and you set your troops to be able to collect everything on the tile, and you change it before those troops have actually reached it, those boosters are gone. So now you're going to leave resources on that tile. So you got to constantly change your gear. I had actually said something in yesterday's video about the proceedings, the chronological order that you should try and complete all of this in, because it's a little bit more effective this way. A lot of the construction gear is the research gear. So those are definitely 2 activities you want to do back to back. If you can do research and you can do construction because you don't have any running at the time, when you go to activate them, throw in your research gear, activate your research, then go and throw in your construction gear and activate your construction. Then you can do your like merging packs and familiars. Then you can throw on the new one, training gear. You can throw on some training gear, train some troops. What else you got? I think that's about it. So yeah, so whichever order is more reasonable for you, but what I tend to do is I'll go and put on my merging gear, and I'll go ahead and do the packs and do the merging. I'll merge the packs and train some familiars. Then I'll throw on my research gear, start a new research, throw on my construction gear, start a new construction, throw on my gathering gear. Like throw on my gathering gear, send my troops out. While the troops are traveling the 14, 15, 20, 30, whatever amount of minutes, I'll go and do all the other little smaller things that you can do, like opening up guild quest, opening up admin quest, opening up the guild gifts. Those expire every 24 hours. So those need to be constantly opened up. Um, I would go and open up those, and just kind of look around, complete a couple of tasks here, open up presents, boxes, gifts, whatever other crazy crap I got, and by then maybe I might have to wait, another 5, 6 minutes or so, whatever not, for my troops to actually reach there where they're going. So whatever, you can just do whatever you need to do in that meanwhile. Wait for those troops to get there. As soon as they get there, and however, they'll say you sent out 3 full armies. You put one on a wheat tile, one on a stone tile, and one on a timber tile, on a wood tile. Um, you've got 3 out. They're all collecting. They're doing their thing. All 3 of them have timers on them. So they're actually collecting the resources at the moment. Not traveling timer, but collecting resource timer. So at that point, once all 3 of those are collecting, then you can go ahead and put on your monster hunting gear. Um, and what I normally suggest is that you put this on and leave it on and let it sit. Because when you do put it on, if once you get into the routine of doing it this way, basically your monster gear is what you're going to put on as the last thing when you're going to log out. So, like before you go to log out tonight, basically do it in that same routine, however you need to do it, but run that routine that way. Send your troops out to gather, wait for the timer to start collecting. Once the timer starts collecting, throw on your monster hunting gear and log out the game. Now, when you wake up in the morning and you go to start playing, you're going to have the extra booster, which means you're going to have more energy in your bar with that monster hunting gear because it gives you an extra 200, 300 energy points, blah, blah, blah. So you've got that extra parameter. So once you've got that extra parameter, now you can go out and you do your monster hunting. First thing, you just logged into the game, you're like, oh, hey, everybody, how's it going? Start hunting some monsters. Use all of your energy doing one single hits on the same monster until you kill them. If you have energy left over, start it on another one. If you can't finish that one, post them in chat, and then go and switch your gear. And do that same process all over again. So when you log in, you have the max amount of energy, you've got the max amount of everything, you've got your monster gear already equipped, so you don't have to change anything, and you just go out and monster hunt. When you're done monster hunting, then you switch it over to your merging gear, familiar training gear, then you switch it over to your research, then construction, then your gathering, then you switch it back over to your monster hunting, and you log back out. Go to work. When you go to log back in, your bar is going to be full again. Go out, do some monster hunting, run through the same routine all over again. In the meanwhile, while your troops are traveling on their way to the tiles to research, to collect resources, open up all your guild quests. If you get into the constant habit of doing that same routine, it'll become very, very easy and very, very routine-wise to do it. And eventually, you're going to be doing it without even realize that you're doing it. You're going to be sitting there enjoying more the chat game part, like I am right now on YouTube, just fooling around, being a dork. My accounts they're good. I don't have to worry about it. I got 4 accounts, and all 4 of them are running under that same routine, and it's very efficient. It's less time consuming. Also, you don't forget to do something. There was times that I was logging out of my main account to go log into my secondary account, and I'd have to log back out and log back into my other account because I forgot to start training some troops. And when I saw my troops weren't being trained in my secondary account when I logged in, and it was just flashing at me like, hey, train me. It's got the little Z above the, and I'd be like, shit, did I train the, and I'd have to do a lot of back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So if I just concentrate, do everything, concentrate, do everything, concentrate, do everything, concentrate, do everything, then I don't have to worry about it. It's all organized. It's just simpler. It's simpler gameplay. You don't have to worry about anything. You know everything is going to get taken care of and everything is going to be done. I don't remember it being that dark out here, but it's like very minimal houses with lights on. I mean, granted, it is 12 o'clock at night. It is midnight. I knew that was coming. I wanted to see how fast I could get it going before it spilled. It's just a little wine, whatever. They've got stuff that pulls stains nowadays like nothing. Oh, that was a cougher hit. You still there, bro?